Greetings, my colleagues, ministry partners, parents, support staff in schools, and of course, the main clients or students. It is that time of year again when we transition to the start of another academic year. This year, like many others before, is filled with unlimited opportunities, even in the face of several crises. These challenges will cause most, if not all of us, to look up, look to the eternal Father, or God with whom this nation has established a covenantal relationship. We are truly in need of Him to guard us with His mighty hand in these times. Above all, we seek through His guidance, divine wisdom from above, to manage the varying challenges with which our technocrats, administrators, teachers, parents, and students will face throughout this ensuing year. With the God who sees to it, Jehovah Jireh, stakeholders in education, all things are possible. There is hope because our God is alive and well. To our ministry partners, the collaboration continues. We only ask for greater levels of professional courtesy, provision of increased resources to execute our duties effectively, and of course, a livable wage. Talk with us, not to us. My colleagues who have chosen to stay and are intimately involved in the operations of schools led by our administrators, be encouraged. Do your best with the team you have and the resources at your disposal. As the committed nation builders you are, continue to provide the best educational offerings to the students entrusted in our care. The nation depends on us to do it. This even as we continue to advocate vociferously on your behalf. Our total well-being is a priority. Guided by the theme for the conference year 2022-2023, Revisiting the Foundation, Building our Human Capital through Equitable Educational Opportunities, may we all pause to reflect on the state of education, especially after 60 years of independence. May we ask of ourselves as a nation some honest questions. Do we really value education and see it as the great leveler? It was the philosopher, political activist Nelson Mandela who put forward the view that education is the most powerful weapon with which we can use to change the world. Have we articulated a philosophy of education crafted by Jamaican educators and stakeholders, underpinned by traditional Jamaican values, influenced by Judeo-Christian principles, that seeks to meet the educational needs of all Jamaican children, irrespective of whence they hail? Have we determined that this pillar is the most critical to the growth and development of our human capital, the greatest asset of this nation? We are Brand Jamaica. Fellow Jamaicans, this brand is at risk. Regardless of your political inclination, we will not survive if we do not collectively and individually revisit the foundation on which we have built our personal life as well as our school system. The legacies of colonialism that perpetuate the haves and the have-nots need uprooting and should be replaced with access to equitable educational opportunities backed by the required funding. We must have an honest conversation if our current expenditure on education is really adequate as posited by the Patterson Report. How much is too much for us to really spend on educating our nation's children? The time has come, led by education practitioners on the ground, for all stakeholders to meet at the table and craft a plan of action that will see us commissioning No more reviews on education until we have effected more than 3/4 of the recommendations made by the recent Patterson report, and might I add, those of the 2004 task force. While we get there, colleagues, know that your union is here for you and continues to represent on issues such as the JTC bill, compensation review, and others pertinent to our total well-being, which will inevitably be to the benefit of our students, as the learning condition of the student is the working condition of us educators. To the parents of this nation, I encourage you to be present at the table. Invest in your children's education. Continue to make that sacrifice. You have a voice when you participate. Spare the time to visit school, attend PTA meetings, check those books and bags, ensure homework is done, and where there are concerns, engage teachers in conversations, not quarrels. We are working toward partnerships because your children are our children. Parents, pay attention to the spiritual, emotional, and physical needs of your children. The more secure your children are in these 3 areas, the more ready they will be for the teacher to unearth all their gifts and talents. Parents, help us, because we all want to be proud of our children at those celebratory points in their educational journey, be it prize giving or valedictory service. Teachers, parents, help our children to establish personal standards and work towards them. Their business is not to outdo each other, but rather to become their best selves. After all, it is Oscar Wilde who postulated, "Be yourself, everyone else is taken." Additionally, if we apply the Romans 12 principle, then we will know that each one of us has a God-given purpose. Hence, we need to help our children discover their talents and channel them accordingly. Please, parents, return to sending your children to Sabbath and Sunday school. Men and women of God in the Christian faith, please seek out opportunities to partner with our schools to help with the holistic development of our children. Our corporate sponsors, your support too is needed, as it does take cash to care. Might I implore you to reduce the mixed signals you may be communicating to the children in promoting the value of education on one hand, yet supporting activities that contradict the benefits on the other. We cannot continue to confuse the nation's children. To those who support the smooth operations of schools, we thank you for your daily efforts. Without your janitorial, cooking, landscaping, and other services, we cannot enjoy the environment in which the business of learning takes place. To the private and public operators who transport our precious cargo daily, please do so in a safe and timely manner. Even with the resistance on the part of some of our children, we invite Jamaicans to return to the practice of the village raising the child. Kindly, in a mothering, fathering way, encourage our children to make haste in getting to school as well as returning home. May we seek to protect our children, not harm them physically, emotionally, and otherwise within our school walls or externally. Those who are confirmed to be abusers of our children must be removed from the profession and regular society. Colleagues, partners in education, Jamaica, together we can. Discussions need to be had. Some will be uncomfortable, but know we are all working to the same end. Jamaica must fulfill its original mandate that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. In paraphrasing the words of His Excellency Sir Patrick Allen, there is nothing wrong with Jamaica that cannot be fixed with that which is right, might I say, righteous with Jamaica. In the spirit and motto of the Jamaica Teachers Association, let us arise and do what we have always done as educators, nation builders, unite and serve. I am Sonja Harrison, your president of the Jamaica Teachers Association for the conference year 2022-2023. Blessings.